An effort to eradicate Carrie Jane Gray Park of noxious weeds kicks off Saturday. It won't be an easy job, but experts say it's an important one. The hope is to keep a fragile ecosystem from being invaded.
It's an ecosystem gem tucked away in the heart of the city, the Hudson's Bay Slough. But it's threatened by some invasive plants. So there will be a weed-pull event taking place at Carrie Jane Gray Park in hopes of nipping its growth in the bud.
There's a canal now that leads right the way down. Any weeds growing further up on that canal can come straight into the slough. So we'll be pulling the weeds around the water in the Hudson, in the Carrie Jane Gray Park area.
There are 78 invasive plant species in this region, but this one, the common tansy, along with the Himalayan balsam, will be targeted this Saturday. Many invasive plants can be quite pretty and look like they belong, but
they produce a monoculture, so they don't allow any other plant species to live either. And then that's all you have is just one single species. And we all have heard about biodiversity, and we use that as an indicator of ecosystem health.
Getting rid of invasive plants can be a tedious and often challenging job, but doing so in a wetland like the slough is even more so. Herbicides cannot be used, and even manually pulling the plants cannot muster up the sediments.
It's a very fragile ecosystem, really, and we can, in trying to do something good, like get rid of the invasive plants, we could, do something bad as well. So there's all kinds of rules in place to protect it, but it makes getting rid of the invasive extremely difficult and extremely expensive.
The Naturalists Club has some long-term visions for enhancing the Hudson's Bay Slough, things like improving the trails and building a tower. This weekend's weed pull is part and parcel.
We need to understand the vegetation a heck of a lot more than we do at the moment, actually. And unfortunately, we've got people like Andrea that do understand the damage that can be caused by such things as invasive plants. So, we want to improve the area. We want it to be a great spot for not just plants, obviously, but for the fish, the insects, the birds. That's the long-term plan.
More importantly, the event aims to educate, but while it's intended to be fun, there will be some work involved, so dress accordingly. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.